Hello guys, today I will discuss about language fundamental. So language fundamental, right? Language. So first of all, we are discussing about the what is language fundamental and why we used and how many types of these. So first of all, we will discuss about the language fundamental to prepare Java application to prepare Java application, right? To prepare Java application, we need some fundamental. We need some fundamental, right? We need some fundamental provided by Java programming. Provided by Java programming. Alright. So language fundamental to prepare Java application, we need some fundamental provided by Java programming. Okay. Alright. So how many types of fundamental programming language? Right. Okay. How many types of fundamental programming language? There are 5 types of fundamental programming language. First one is tokens, right? First one is tokens, and second one is data types. Data types. And third one is that typecasting. Typecasting. Alright. And fourth one is Java statement. Java statement. Fifth one is array. Right. So we are discussing about the language fundamental. There are 5 types of language fundamental. First one is tokens, and second one is data types, and third one is typecasting, and fourth one is Java statement, and fifth one is arrays. Okay. All right. So we are discussing about first one, tokens, right? So so smallest logical unit in Java programming. Smallest logical unit in Java programming is called as lexeme, right? Is called as lexeme. Smallest logical unit in Java programming is called as lexeme, and the collection, the collection, the collection of lexeme, the collection of lexeme come under a particular group. A particular group is called as token, right? Smallest logical unit in Java programming is called as lexeme. So what is lexeme? Lexeme is a smallest logical unit in Java programming. is called as lexeme. So and we are discussing about the tokens. What is tokens? The collection of lexemes. The collection of lexemes come under a particular group is called as token. Okay, all right. So now we are seeing that examples of tokens. Int int a is equal to b plus c into d, right? Int a is equal to b plus c into d. So how many types of lexeme is here? Tell me guys, how many types of lexeme is here? Here is a, so lexemes, I already told you, the smallest logical unit in Java programming. In this, what is the unit of Java programming? So we are discussing the lexemes. So lexemes is int a is equal to b plus c comma into comma d comma semicolon, right? There are how much lexemes are there? Int is also lexemes. A equal to b plus c into d and also semicolons. We already told you the smallest logical unit in the Java programming. In Java programming, every logical unit are called as lexeme, right? So how much lexemes are there? There are 9 lexemes already. Okay, so tokens. What about tokens? Because we are discussing the tokens, so before the talking about the tokens, we are also discussing some few points of lexemes. What is lexemes? Because the collections of lexemes comes under the group is called as tokens. So we also learn about the lexemes, and as well as we also learn about the tokens, right? So tokens, first one is the data type. Data type. So in this what is the data type? Can you explain? Data type int, right? Data type is int. And second one, identifiers. Identifiers. What is the identifiers? A comma b comma c comma d. Because identifier, that means the identify the values and hello the identifies the values, so that's called the identifiers. Third point, operators. Operators is equal to also operators plus and right. into is a operators. Okay, we also write. And fourth one is spatial symbol. Spatial symbol, right? Spatial symbol is a semicolon. Semicolon is a spatial symbol. Okay, all right, guys. We are discussing about the tokens. So how many types of tokens, right? First one, how many types of tokens? How many types of tokens? To prepare Java application, Java has provided the following list of tokens, right? To prepare Java application, Java has provided the following list of tokens. Let's see how many types of tokens. First one, identifiers, right? And second one is that literals, and third one is that keywords. We can also say the keywords as a reserve word. Reserved word, right? And fourth one is operators, right? So how many types of tokens? There are four types. First one is the identifier, second one is literals, and third one is keyword. We can also say the keywords as a reserve word, and operators is also there, right? So first of all, we are discussing the identifier. What is identifier, right? Identifiers. Identifiers. Identifiers is a name. Identifiers is a name assigned assigned to programming elements. Identifiers is a name assigned to programming elements like variable, methods, methods, classes, abstract classes, and interface, right? Interfaces and all that. Identifiers is a name assigned to programming elements like variables, method classes, methods and classes, abstract classes and identifiers and all that. So first of all, we are seeing the examples. How can we identify identifiers? So int a is equal to 10, right? Int a is equal to 10. We are seeing the identifiers. Okay, int is what? What is int? Tell me, guys. What is int? Int is a data type. Int is a data type. And a what is a is a variable. A is a variables. We can also call a identifiers. Why we can say that identifiers? Because a is a variables to identify the values, so that we can say variables as a identifiers, right? Okay, all right. So equals what is the equal? It is operators. What is operator? Operators. Okay, and it is a value which is assigned in variable, right? It is also a constant constant values, right? And what is this? This is a semicolon, which is terminate the program. We can also call as terminator, right? All right. So we are discussing about the identifiers. Identifier is a name assigned to programming elements like variables, methods, classes, abstract classes, and interface. All that. So here is I shown that here is the example, which is int a is equal to 10. So we also describe the int is what is the we can say the int is data type. You all know that a is a variables and equals is a operators, and 10 is a constant values, and semicolons which is known as a terminator, which is terminate the programs, right? Okay, so now we are discussing the some notes to provide identifiers, to provide identifiers, to provide identifiers, to provide identifiers in a Java programming, to provide identifiers in a Java programming, we have to we have to use the following rules. We have to use the following rules, right? We have to use the following rules. First one, identifiers should not be started should not be started identifiers should not be started with any number, right? Identifier should not be started with any number. Identifiers may be started maybe started with an alphabet, right? Identifier should not be started with any number, but identifiers may be started with an alphabet, right? Like shambles underscore shambles dollar symbols not be started not be started sorry dollar symbols, but the Java subsequent symbols may be a number and an alphabet, right? Maybe a number and an alphabet. All right. So here is an example. Int e number is equal to 111, right? Is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Valid. Why it is valid? Because identifier should not be started with any number, right? Identifiers should not be started with any number. E number is a identifiers, because we also say that int is a data type. It is a data type, and e number stored a value 111. So variables, e number is also called as variables, and variables is also known as identifiers. So identifiers should not be started with any number, and identifiers may be started with an alphabet and alphabet underscore symbol dollar symbol, but the Java subsequent symbols may be a number and an alphabet, right? So it is a valid. And next, int 9 e number is equal to 252. Is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Not valid, right? Not valid. Int string underscore EADDR string underscore address address is equal to Hyderabad. Is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Valid. Because I already told you identifier should not be started with any number. So identifier is here. It not be started with any number, but it may be started with a alphabet and also underscore symbol. So here is a started with underscore symbol. So we can say the it is valid, right? All right. So float float dollar symbol e salary, employee salary 5,000, 50,000, right? So is it valid or not? Tell me, is it valid or not? Valid. Why it is valid? Because it is started with a dollar symbol. So identifier is started with dollar symbols, underscore symbols, and also as well as started with alphabet. It is a valid. But if it is started with any number, oh, it is invalid, right? And next example, string emp9 emp9 number is equal to e111, right? Is it valid or not? Is it valid or not? Valid, because it is started with a alphabet, not started with any number, so we can say it is a valid. And next example, string emp underscore name is equal to Sinu, right? It is valid or not? It is a valid, right? Because it is also started with alphabet, so it is a valid. Next example, float emp underscore shall is equal to 5,000, 50,000, right? Is it valid or not? Tell me guys, is it valid? Yeah, valid. All right, so here we are also discussing all the identifiers. What is identifiers and how many types of identifiers, and how can I identify the identifiers? So we are using this. We are now about the tokens. So we are discussing about the today we are discussing the language fundamental. To prepare Java application, we need some function fundamental provided by Java programming language. So that we are using some few points, and here is some language fundamentals. Started with tokens, data types, typecasting, and Java statements, and also as well as array. So start tokens. What is tokens? So first of all, we discuss about the tokens. We have to need s- learning some points. We have to need some basics things. What is lexemes? Because lexeme is collection of lexemes comes under a particular group. It is called as token. So first of all, we are discussing about the lexemes. Smallest logical unit in Java programming. Smallest logical unit in Java programming is called as lexeme, right? And the next, the collection of lexemes comes under a particular group is called as tokens, right? So here is examples. Int a is equal to b plus c into d, semicolons. So what is the lexemes? So I already told you the smallest logical unit in Java programming. All the all the smallest logical units which is used in the Java programming is called as lexeme. Here is 9 lexemes are there. We can say and identifiers one by one. Int is also a lexemes. A is also part of lexemes, equals B plus C D and into D and semicolons. There are 9 lexemes are totals. So what is how many types of tokens and tokens, how many types of tokens? To prepare Java application, Java has provided the following list of tokens. First one is identifier, second one is literals, third one is keywords. Keywords is also known as the reserve words, and fourth one is operators. So we are discussing the identifiers today. Today we are discussing regarding the identifiers. Identifiers is a name assigned to programming elements like variables, methods, classes, and abstract classes, and also interfaces and all that. So int a is equal to 10. Int is the data types, a is a variables, equal is the operators, 10 is a constant values, and semicolon. Semicolon is known as a terminator, right? Which is terminate the programs. Next one is that to provide identifiers in Java programming, we have to use following rules. First one, identifier should not be started with any number. Identifier should not be started with any number, and identifiers may be started with an alphabet. We can say identifier is not started with any number, but it is started with alphabets, underscore symbols, dollar symbols, right? But the Java subsequent symbols may not be, maybe a number. So int e number is equal to 111. Is it valid or not? Yeah, it is valid because it is started with alphabet. And it is int 9 e number is equal to 252. It is valid or not? Not, it is not valid because it is started with numbers. Because I already told you a previous identifiers may be started with alphabet and underscore symbols and also dollar symbol, but not be started with any numbers, and it is started with numbers, so it is not valid, right? String underscore eaddr is equal to Hyderabad. It is valid or not? It is valid because it is started with underscore. And after that, float and dollar, it is started with dollar, so it is a valid. String emp, it is started with a alphabet, so it is a valid, right? That's all for today, guys. Thank you.